The Shangri-La Institute for Sustainable Communities, or the SISC, is a Chinese NGO designed to facilitate community empowerment by providing opportunities for communities to participate in sustainable development. From our roots in sleepy Shangri-La on the Tibetan Plateau, we now do this across 9 provinces, which cover a huge expanse of China. We act through our active network of schools, universities, and community centres. To enable communities to put themselves on the path towards sustainable development, we must first strengthen their own capacity for change. SISC does this through many different initiatives, including the provision of training, the implementation of community-initiated development projects, and promotion of gender equality. All of these equip local people with the relevant knowledge, skills, and values for reflection and action on more sustainable ways of living. We've worked with Swarovski Waterschool over 8 years now. We've built up our project provision to deliver water education projects through the framework of education for sustainable development to hundreds of thousands of students across China. The Waterschool China project has expanded over the last 8 years and now works with more than 100 schools over 4 rivers in 12 different regions. The story began with the Yangtze River, which has been known for millennia as the lifeblood of China. Unfortunately, more recently, the Yangtze has been at the heart of the conversation around China's now well-documented water crisis, as the river has become a dumping ground for over 60% of the country's water pollution. As our project has grown, it has extended to 3 more watersheds. The Tai River, near the water-scarce capital of China, Beijing, in the north. The Yalang-Tsangpo River, a river of great international importance, situated in southwestern Tibet, and surrounded by communities that make up over half of the Tibetan population, and that are particularly vulnerable to environmental degradation and threats to their indigenous way of life. Finally, we work on the Pearl River, which sprawls extensively across southern China and reaches the sea in the largest urban land development in the world, the Pearl River Delta. These 4 very different rivers provide a backdrop to the Waterschool China project, which exists to restore ecological balance to damaged regions by fostering environmental stewardship and environmental sensitivity among students and community members. We now estimate that around 180,000 students have participated in the Waterschool China project, with a further 270,000 community members indirectly engaged. The project is now in phase 3, with more tributaries added and schools now active in 12 regions across the country. We act in many provinces, from the beautiful rural Qinghai, the source of the Yangtze, through the lush green lands of Sichuan, and all the way to the sprawling metropolises of Beijing and Guangzhou, representing the full spectrum of culture, landscape, and community that China has to offer. The project is implemented differently in each school, according to the needs and resources of the participants, but each share the same framework: education for sustainable development, promoting a process of learning and action towards sustainability and the wider community. This philosophy has been instrumental for the success of the project from the start. Our network of representative schools helped to deliver the Waterschool project across the country, in conjunction with SISC professionals and participating universities. So it starts with us, the Shangri-La Institute, who empower teachers via teacher training events to run Waterschool events and carry out the specifically designed curriculum in their schools. Waterschool China also provides the school with funding and other support to achieve their aims. Participating universities provide us with the administrative and logistical support needed to get things done. And their own students can also benefit from the programme, going into schools and working with students themselves. These strong links allow the impact to reach out even further into the community. Students at designated water schools receive at least 1 hour of class time dedicated to water education each week, alongside a wide range of other activities. These activities take the form of environmental education, field trips to rivers, lakes, and watersheds to carry out scientific or sociological research, like a survey or a water test. It could also include art or creative writing projects, or time set aside to design and carry out their own mini research projects. Our focus has always been on learning and community centred. That is to say, it's all about the student. The watersheds around the school have seen a tangible effect as the students, their parents and teachers, and other community members have carried out litter picks, tested the water, lobbied their government where they've seen a problem, and put in place measures to keep their watersheds clean and save water. But the greater impact of the project is still to come in the inspiration the project will be to the students as they grow up and pass the education system and into their chosen careers and lives.